Alright. Let's start with objects. What?
So less fart bullshit to cut out.
Yes. First object. A wallet.
So we're still going Ben, Colin, then Ben, then Ryan, then me, then Harris, then Colin, Ben. Yes.
Yeah, because when we're
just
done,
for general order.
when I'm done eating over the desk, I will resume my spot in that corner.
Okay, cool.
A wallet.
A wallet.
Insect killer. You just flip it.
Oh, American cheese folding device.
Family picture holder.
Extremely small trouser press.
Pet memorial.
Mobile urn.
Business card.
Magnum. Oh no, I was going to say Magnum condom receptacle for my monster dong.
I dropped my Magnum condom from my monster dong.
That's still my favorite quotes of that whole show.
So good.
Business card wrinkler.
Bulletproof vest for part of your butt.
Spine misaligner.
That's literally what I was going to say.
Because that's why I don't
You're
put my
not
wallet
wrong.
in my back pocket anymore.
Keep it in your spine.
Maybe that's how I broke my back.
Nature's pocket.
Oh.
Man, I forgot about that shit.
Standing
Oh yeah,
up.
you came by when I couldn't move, and I was
Yeah,
bound,
that's
and it was already really hot, and I still had to put the heat pack on my back.
yeah, that was big.
I forgot that.
Human bodies are insane.
Yeah, like, fucking fall out of an airplane without a parachute. Live. Step off the curb wrong. Break an ankle.
Stand up wrong. Break your back.
Yeah, Ryan.
Last
Pump blood
summer,
wrong. Die of a
Hey,
blood
wait,
clot.
anecdote. Last summer, when I was in France, I slipped down a rocky incline in the mountains and emerged completely unharmed. A few days later, I slipped down 2 stairs and I couldn't walk properly for like a week.
You spent all your luck points.
Essentially, yeah.
Ben,
Oh.
you want to give us a
I got one more for wallet.
Okay.
If Rick can't find his phone, forearm sweat amusement device.
That's true. That's true.
So when it's really hot,
I played drop games.
Rick will lay on the floor and put his phone on his arm and try to catch it.
This is hardwood, so it's a real bad idea to do it in here, but, you know, it's a fun game.
Butter knife.
Screwdriver.
Letter opener. Object is a butter knife.
Crab menacer.
Bitch slapper.
Weapon of a pauper assassin.
Multimeter.
Hand, finger activated catapult.
What are they called? The thing that tests conductivity.
That was a multimeter.
Oh.
Ryan, I'm so glad we're on the same page. Oh, it's so good.
Cavity behind your eye scratcher.
Of course, I had a full. Oh, I had a full mouth when you.
Colin's cavity scratcher. Just full mouth, eye, ear, pores. Open up those
Mouse
pores.
great sword.
open up your pores wide enough to get this butter knife in them.
It's disturbing.
Each and every pore wide enough for the butter knife. Oh, man. Ryan, would you give us an item, please?
Snare drum.
Earthquake detector. Robot voice maker.
Frisbee.
A snare
What's
drum?
Snare drum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alternate uses for a snare drum.
Did you say what's a snare drum?
Yeah.
It's the drum that has the little beads on the bottom that is associated with marching bands that sound like.
Gotcha.
Larger, more hollow drums would be called toms.
Yep.
A snare is what you use for
tom and
like,
bass. I just didn't know which one the snare was.
yeah, a snare is what you use for like the really crisp percussive hits.
Rainmaker.
You want lime in your beer?
A snare drum, dude.
Yep.
Malicious alarm clock.
There you go.
Crab trap.
You on the crabs tonight?
Nah, man, they on me. I gotta get a shampoo.
I decided not to toss these limes. I'm just gonna eat them. They're good.
Okay, I'll give us an object. Let's go with sapling.
A whip.
That was quick. Colin's been thinking about hitting people with baby trees.
Butt tickler.
So a whip.
I think I just learned something about you, bud.
Francis Ford, baked beans, and Indiana Jones.
Whip. Giant for baked beans and whip.
Oh no.
So, a sapling. Anyway.
Sapling.
Yes.
Back scratcher.
Toothpick.
1/1 token.
Nice.
I didn't technically have a sap for like this close thing. You can't.
That's good enough. Druid's cleaning tool.
Eyeball poker.
Butthole explorer.
That's true of any object.
Not a hole. You can't explore a hole with a hole.
You gotta get real creative. What you gotta do then, you gotta get a cast to that hole. Then,
True.
see? Like I said, you just gotta get creative. It's dangerous when I get creative. I get holes going into holes.
We're just sexually dividing by 0 over here.
Hey, baby. I'll split you apart. Destroy the universe while I'm at it. What do you want?
That's the round robin. How?
Harris,
Wow.
please give us a thing. We need an object. We need your brain, buddy. Give us an object. We're floundering here, man.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go.
Reel us in.
Meat hook.
Hey, what was the
A meat,
object?
Meat hook.
a meat hook.
Oh, right.
Alarmingly large body art.
In fact, you might call it a suspension of disbelief.
An aggressive
I prefer to call
shepherd's
it a
crook.
suspension of disbeef.
An aggressive shepherd's crook.
Yeah.
Action hero zipline.
Nice. Farming tiller. You know, like till soil, you drag it behind.
Lumber lugger.
Yep. They use hooks, much like a meat hook, to move stuff in a sawmill.
Lumber lugger, baby.
Yeah. Meat hook.
Evidence.
World's largest fishing hook. You're gonna go out and catch some megalodon.
Cliche fisherman hand replacement. So, was there any other warm-up you wanted, Kali Bali?
I think that should suffice. So,
Okay.
let me,
Hi, Amber.
So, you guys just talked to Arya. And, she wants you to quell this chaos that is happening down in... Okay, so Fumi District was where you guys went and got the money from Sidonis. Do any of you recall which district, for continuity's sake, I said for that you need to go to?
I do not.
Okay, well,
That one, though.
it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go with...
I don't have any notes on it.
I don't remember where I put my character sheet. It might be in the daycare. Can you?
I'm gonna go with Zeta District. Zeta.
Okay.
So you guys gotta go down to Zeta District and find this Krogan family and get them off station. Oh, I totally forgot to mention this in the setting, like character setting last time. So if you have not played the games before, Rick, Arya is another Asari, and she is like a magenta color.
Okay.
She's not like deep purple, but she's not like bright pink. Like
Sure.
definitely
Gotcha.
like a magenta-ish, periwinkle-ish purple.
I gotcha. I'm good.
And kind of is always dressed in this like she has a like a white leather jacket over what would be considered like I don't know, like a black corset, but it's not lace. Like it's not a lingerie corset, it's like a utilitarian one. That's the best that I can describe her costuming. So she's giving you this job. You can either take public transportation or Ryan, you have a ship, don't you?
I think I do.
So, all right. I mean, I'm not going to tell you guys how to play the game,
So,
but I'm thinking of escape avenues and things of that nature.
what I'd like to do is learn what I can about this Krogan family.
Yep.
How can I do that?
Go stake it out.
I don't know if I want to access what I can before staking out their home. I want to see what, like, public records are available. What things I can search and find that
You
way.
can certainly do that.
Before Rick does that, what do I know about it, being from Arya's employ?
Ben, how would I do like a knowledge check or like an intelligence check? Just ask Ben for a.
Yeah, what you ask what knowledges Ben would have. What did you set out any as being particular here? I think there are a few, right?
Yeah, give me a sec.
Be like a knowledge local.
I've got knowledge underworld.
That would work. That would definitely work.
So then you would set the difficulty, whether you want to be...
I'm going to say... I mean, Arya keeps tabs on everyone on the station. There's definitely public records of some degree. So, average difficulty?
That's 2, right?
2 purple.
Yep. 1 advantage, but 2 failures.
Okay. So, Ben, you definitely get their address. Like, it's definitive. But the 2 failures are...
Failures aren't necessarily cumulative like that. Failures are generally just a mark against success. It's usually you succeed or you don't. You can, however, I'm not saying don't. You can play them modularly, but this would be a tone that you're setting, and that would be an expectation for the rest of the game forward.
Yeah, the way I would interpret it as a player is that I have failed to get any information that's useful to Rick's character. But like you said, I have confirmed that what we already know is definitely true, because that's my advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I didn't know
the way
if
you first said it, that rolled perfectly for me.
I was thinking the success with 2 failures was like the trophy gold narrative style, or what we were doing for Wild Sea.
Yeah.
But
If he had, say, succeeded with disadvantages, then that would be it.
Oh,
Or
okay.
if he had failed with disadvantages, that would then be
Gotcha.
it. But
Okay.
there's like 2 separate tracks on it, where one is the success or failure of the action, and then one is like the surrounding circumstances.
Right.
bonuses,
Okay.
Which is why he didn't get anything specific for me, which is where the failures, like you said, came through. But there's...
Yeah. So because I failed the actual check, I didn't know anything more, but I got some kind of small advantage, basically.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
And so...
Okay, this might end up being a much shorter game than I had planned, because Brain is not doing what I want Brain to do. So you've confirmed their address.
Yeah.
You guys are also welcome. Like, there are public access terminals to like go on the internet or whatever. You can.
I will hack them.
You can totally do that. Harris, give me a hack.
So...
That's a good line.
Okay.
So that'll be 2 dice plus 1.
What's your intellect?
Oh, sorry, my intellect is 3.
Your intellect is 3. So you have a 2 in hacking, you said?
Yeah.
So you start with 3 green, and you take 2 of those and make them yellow. So you have 1 yellow, or 1 green, 2 yellow, and then against whatever Colin's difficulty he sets for the task is.
Alright.
So I want to know, I'm thinking other people are interested in this in a way that might be a serious problem for us.
Yep.
I want to know what
they definitely are.
I want to know what kind of traffic is going around the net about these people, so I can get a sort of, we can start to form a picture of who else we're going to have to deal with.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, off the bat, you do know that the Blue Suns, like a gang.
Yeah.
A
I
group
mean,
of-
we went over this.
He's looking for more
At the end, but I'm
specific
looking for-
Gotcha. Okay.
Go back in a sec. Go and go.
That is a success and a triumph.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, you know what? I didn't have any difficulty on that.
Yeah, we need to get the difficulty dice.
Like 2 purple. It'd be average for you. Average hack.
2 failures?
So you still would, in this case, if you have a success and a triumph, and then you just roll 2 failures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then your initial task wouldn't succeed, but you would still have some other very good thing. So you don't get any of the information you're looking for, but you get something else that's very useful. Some other good unintended benefit happens.
Okay.
So you were trying to figure out specifics of who else might be there, right?
Yeah. Who else?
Like
Face-wise. Who else is coming for this Krogan family? Who else is talking about this on the net?
Mhm.
Do we have to deal with local government? Do we have to deal with galactic governments? Do
Yeah.
we have to deal with
Other than
criminals?
the
Do we have to
groups
deal
of
with
Yeah.
I mean,
cultists
it's
or
gonna be-
idiots?
It's going to be all criminal gangs.
So I'm thinking.
And these guys are not white collar criminals. These are very much underworld
Yeah.
gangsters.
So I'm thinking, since I have my failures, but also a triumph. I'm thinking, I don't really learn much about the criminal element, but I do get a line on governments that are interested and from far away and are investigating or sending stuff this way.
Okay. Oh, this
So,
plays,
like,
this
so-
plays in perfectly to
So
what I had
basically,
planned.
like figuring out. So basically, like I have learned who is going to be dogging us
Yep.
at a higher level as opposed to the lower local level.
Yeah, like once we get off this place, because that's a given.
Yeah.
Who's gonna want us then?
Yeah.
And
so
what are they
you
sending
after us.
You have
So
learned.
Broadly.
Harris was trying to figure out like the people that we'd be running into here, but he failed on that, but got a triumph. So he ended up finding out the big dogs who will be coming after us after we leave. The actual
that's pretty
scary.
So, you have learned two things. You have learned that the most powerful Krogan warlord, who you're not sure who it is, but like just the main, like the current
Babui.
clan that has. I'll introduce it when you get there. The clan that has currently the most power on the Krogan homeworld of Tuchanka is willing to pay a very hefty reward for returning this family to the homeworld safely.
More.
Out of game, Moose. I mean, I was gonna try to tie in Rex, dude.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, if you want me to bring in some of the other clans, I could.
No, you go for it. You do your own thing.
Anyway.
I just like the name Nakmor. It's a great clan name.
Yeah. So you learn that, and like the names of which are undisclosed, like it's still kind of a classified memo. But you have also learned that the Solarian Dalatras, like the head of the Solarian government, which is matriarchal, she is paying off the Eclipse gang heavily through shell companies in the Solarian government to kill this family. Like, she is the Solarian government, or at least parts of the Solarian government, are shitting a brick right now. And they are going to be paying the Eclipse gang a hefty amount of money to have this family eliminated. But, Blue Suns are doing what they usually do and like, hey, we're going to capture for ransom because we can make money off of that.
Okay.
And then, whether we're the middleman out of this and someone else kills them, or we release them otherwise. And then the Blood Pack Vorchas are just being, edgelords and getting in on the chaos just to kill things.
All right. Well, I'm going to inform all these guys of my results, my findings.
So you guys have
So I
learned
think-
that.
So, I mean, what do we think? Do we take them to the Krogan homeworld? Because they might not necessarily be safe there either.
Why don't
Like,
we
I-
find out where they want to go?
Well, I mean, they're locals, so I don't.
But they
Oh yeah, Ryan, this is the part that I wanted to bring in with you because you have government contacts. At around the same time, you get a call on your Omni tool. You get a communication. It is from a former governmental employee, it's from a governmental employee that you used to work with in the Hanar embassy. And they are sending a message on behalf of a Spectre in a classified communique. And they basically relay this, they confirm the same information that Harris has just found out. Do you want to RP that, or you just want me to exposition it?
What's exposition so we can
Okay, we can move on.
catch up to yeah.
Yeah. And they have also given you information that if the family is returned to Tuchanka, specifically to this clan that has put out the reward for it, and not to any other clans, they will be duly protected. So you don't need to worry about safety once you get them into port.
And do I have any reason to mistrust this information?
No. You go a long ways back with this embassy employee, and based on some of the code words that he gives you in this communique, you know that it's a trusted source that he got it from. You know, there's nothing to suspect that this would be fishy information.
Yeah, I let everyone know that.
Okay.
I don't have any reason to suspect this is bad information.
Which
Governments pay a lot of money to make sure that the information that you get from them isn't suspected as bad information.
This
I think
is
for the first time, Rick, what was your character name?
Pay Russia.
For
PEI.
the first time, I would agree with your character.
Yeah. PEI.
Pay Russia.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, what would be really helpful for me, because it's been a while, is there you go.
Yeah, Ben, I remember that you're Zithelian. I have it written down in my big ass notebook over here.
But I can't remember everyone else's names.
Oh, do you want me to write them out in chat for you?
Yes, that'd be perfect.
Okay. Okay. So Ryan, and then Rick is.
Pay Russia has a shit ton of actual alibi aliases rather, but Pay
Yeah.
Russia is the main one.
That's the one that you're running by at the moment.
Yeah, Pay Russia is the one that's
But
important.
excuse me.
That'll be the one that she keeps primarily.
Cool. So you guys got to make your way down to this district. At least you have their exact address, and you can kind of just roll up, dependent on how many other gangs you run into along the way, because they're moving in. There's
So
time,
yeah,
time
I'd
is
like
running on the clock.
as we're going, I'd like to just be paying attention to various, I don't know what the limits of hacking here are, because what I'd like to do is kind of hack in and see if I can set up something that will let me know if there's unusual activity through certain routes to the city, through certain paths, if there's just all of a sudden unusual either foot or vehicle or whatever other traffic.
I mean, you can even if you do a good enough hack, you can hack in and disrupt the movement of.
But that's what I'd like to be doing. But I don't know if that's just hacking or if that's a different skill or something else.
No, that you could
Just
hack that.
hacking? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'd like to do. Sounds like it's going to be hard. Yeah.
To get information on the movement of them.
Yeah. To hack into social structure to see what sorts of population density movement is.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like it's average.
That's
everyday
not going to be
stuff.
public record kind of hacking.
Exactly.
So it's going to be hard.
Let's see. Do I have anything here that can give me a? Let's see.
Could I help out with that in some way?
I would love to know
You
how.
can.
What thoughts you have?
I mean,
because maybe what you do is you can throw a blue die my way for this. What are you doing to?
Harris, you
Well,
have.
there's a reason I took Knowledge Underworld. It's knowing the right ways to get at sensitive information seems like a useful thing.
Yeah, it does.
I think Ben would definitely offer an advantage to your role then.
Okay.
And Harris, if you want to assist in hacking as well, more than one person can hack at the same time.
Oh.
That's not a limitation.
Okay.
You guys can definitely pool your brain power to do.
Oh yeah, I got 2 hacking, baby.
Same here.
Got 3 intellect.
So we're rolling all those dice, or are we modifying these?
Because we're getting one blue on here, or is it separate rolls? Is it one roll? How would you like to do this?
Or just add another blue for me. One from Ben and one from me.
What are the green? The green die are what again?
Green die are just the general proficiency. Like, for either one, like attribute point or one rank, you get one green. But if you have overlap,
I would say for Harris and Ben assisting, get rid of one. What the arrow means?
Advantage.
Advantage.
The explosion is
and
success.
The explosion is success.
Yeah. Explosion with the circle around it is a triumph.
Which only is on the yellow dice.
We should pull out.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I mean, they're all fairly.
Right now, this is my dice pool. What am I adding to that?
I want to give you guys more advantage. So I don't. Does a green offer more advantages or less advantages than a blue?
So green offers more opportunities for success and more opportunities for advantages.
Okay, so I want put a blue in, but
Okay.
also put in an extra green because Harris and Ben are helping
Okay.
you. So you're gonna roll all that shit.
Yep. So it's 1, 2
We can-
failures, but those are 2 successes, so those are gone. Advantage, so that die is gone. I have 1 success, and those 2 cancel, and 1 advantage.
So 1 success and 1 advantage.
Yeah, to figure out like movement, like odd movement, and what groups. So
Okay. So you guys are able to discern, not exact numbers, but like roughly where each of these 3 gangs are moving in from. And rather, like Eclipse and Blue Moon. Eclipse and Blue Sun are moving in from opposite directions, and the Vorcha of the Blood Pack are just kind of like popping in and doing little guerrilla attacks to harass them because they're being edgelords.
Okay. So we've I did this mostly so we could plot out a good route in, good route out.
Yeah.
That'll allow us.
It shows that based on the routes currently that they're taking, there is going to be a very clean avenue to get in from the south, and you can leave the same way, assuming you make it there fast enough.
Okay.
You can either halt these groups, you can engage a combat and halt these groups, or you can get in, get out, and they'll arrive without having ever seen you been there.
Okay.
And then they'll be fighting over, hey, where'd the family go? You set us up, you bitch.
So
Turf war.
the 2 groups that matter are
To be
coming
fair-
in from either side, and the little assholes are being little assholes all throughout and doing what little assholes do, and puckering and shitting little things out to cause chaos and a mess.
Yep.
We have a route here that will allow us to get in quickly as long as we get there quickly enough. It'll allow us to get out just as quickly, but we have to get there. Key word is quickly. You're supposed to say it with me.
Is that what we're supposed to do?
Yes. People seem to like to say the things that I want them to.
I instantly don't ever want to do that.
I don't doubt that you believe that.
However,
You see a glowing in her eyes.
I do actually agree with you
many.
again, which galled me greatly.
Yeah, there's like a little bit of glowing in her eyes. Many people believe that.
Ah. Alright, so
I think our biggest problem is the Vorcha.
Sorry, I didn't catch what you said.
I think our biggest problem is the Vorcha.
Yeah,
Because of their unpredictability.
it's just pure
Yeah.
chaos.
Rick, will you put
They don't know what they're
scrolls-
doing half the time. We can't guess what they're going to do.
Yes, that is going to be a wrench in the gears. Is you can't really guess what Vorcha are going to do. They're just being chaotic. They're doing chaotic, stupid things.
So are there?
well, we just gotta be ready for anything then.
Yeah, man.
Are there any kind of
civil defense and like disaster preparedness systems built into these habs where these Krogans live? Because I'm thinking maybe we do some hacking, some sysops, and maybe basically make it
a little bit of wet work.
Yeah, make it a living hell for anyone that isn't us to get near these Krogans.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
I like that.
And that will give us. I think that'll basically allow us to move speedily because it'll significantly reduce the contact we have with criminal elements.
And it'll significantly hamper their movement.
Yeah.
There are.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, especially if people like the Blue Suns, they are technologically advanced enough that they'll be thinking of some of the same things we are.
Yes.
Any way we can mask our own presence is a good idea.
Or, better yet, spoof our presence as someone else's.
Yeah.
That would also work.
Oh shit, who is the other group that isn't Blue Suns, isn't Vorcha? Eclipse?
Yeah, Eclipse is the one that's moving in to kill. Blue Suns are moving in for capture for ransom. Bloodpack Vorcha are just being murder hobos.
Could we try to convince the Blue Suns that... Wait. Could we try to convince Eclipse that Blue Suns have already captured this?
You could. You could totally do that.
With a little, so I'm thinking we basically spoof some data packets. So we figure out what they're sniffing in, and we spoof some data packets that are, encrypted, but not to the level that they couldn't break it.
Yeah.
And basically just make it seem like they already have them captured. And then while they're, duking it out, we go pick up the family.
You could
That
totally
way we
do that.
hopefully only have to wear out the Vorcha.
Yep.
I mean, it won't last forever, obviously, but...
Yeah, but we at least buy some time and throw people off the trail.
Get us the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
And I've got a ship, so we can just...
And I'm a pilot.
I need one of those.
I'm assuming that's how you guys got here in the first place. We're like, yes, Ryan owns the ship, but he's not the pilot. Harris is.
Firefly, baby.
I think the pilot was probably, like, I was part of the crew, but there was some shit that went down and the pilot died.
Well, don't.
And it's like, well, I guess this is my ship now.
Yeah, did you hear Harris comment?
No.
Rick said it's like Firefly, and I'm like, I don't want to die by a log though. Get fucking speared by some shit.
Yeah.
Don't.
That was rough.
I would rather not have your favorite one-liner, one of your best one-liners of the entire show, and immediately have it cut off by character death.
That's the perfect way to go out, though.
I mean, yeah, but
All right,
they
let's
didn't make it hurt less.
Let's get back.
can you remind me? So the Blue Suns want to capture the Krogans.
Yep.
The Eclipse
Wants
are
to kill them.
trying to kill them.
The Eclipse are being paid off by the Solarian government through shell organizations, but the money is coming from the Solarian government to kill them.
Really something else.
Because the Solarian government is, or at least part of the Solarian government is shitting a brick at the prospect of the Krogans gaining more power.
And then it's the Vorcha and was the other group?
Bloodpack is like the group of which.
So, Bloodpack is made of Vorcha and Krogan, but there are some renegade Vorcha in the Bloodpack that are just using this chaos to cause more chaos. They're just being dicks.
Gotcha.
If the Krogan of the Bloodpack got wind of this, they would be furious. So you could also use that information.
They'd also be far more effective.
Yep. Vorcha are very disorganized. They're not much more than rabid animals, unfortunately, in universe.
There's a reason they're not in the Concorde.
Yep.
Okay. So,
I really like the counter hack idea of giving them.
making that fake breadcrumb trail, baby.
Yeah, dude, giving them.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it that.
So,
I can't do it
Let's beat
myself, but I'm
this
very
cycle.
behind.
I've got a 3 in sysops, so if anybody has anything that they can add to that, this is probably going to be pretty hard, though. Yeah?
Yes. It's definitely going to be at least 3 purple.
Probably like at least 1 red and 2 purple.
The red is like a daunting task.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 2 red and 1 purple.
That's
If all of
extremely-
these
That would.
We are.
I
We
think
are also
um,
like we are trying to convince.
a government.
We're trying to convince operatives of a government that something has happened and that they should therefore direct extreme violence at another group
Yeah.
that hasn't done this thing. So it's there's a level of complexity here.
Yep.
That we need to shoot for.
Yeah, I might be able to help with this.
Mm-hmm.
All these groups are active on Omega, right?
Yes, they are. They're very active, and you being in
Streetwise.
Yeah, you being in Arya's attaché in her employ, you would have intimate knowledge of how these groups operate on station.
So one of the talents that I have is defensive psyops,
Okay.
and the way that I'm going with this, because this is just sort of a narrative recoloring of it, because I know how to make something defensive. I know how to make it look passively defensive. I know how to make it look good enough to look like it's defense. So I'm trying to use that to give him some amount. Because normally this adds black to opponents' checks, but I'm trying to use this to instead give blues to my allies'
Yeah,
checks.
that would totally
So,
suffice.
Actually, take 2, baby boo.
Put in 2 blue.
Take 2 blue.
2 blue.
Yeah. Because normally it adds 2 blacks to an opponent, but
And what's Ben got for me?
Ben, what do you have to assist with this?
I've got a very high level of streetwise. I might be able to know the right kind of people to name check in these things to make it
Okay.
seem as believable.
Okay, so you're adding in color to the transmissions so that it does seem like this is being sent between the relevant parties.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I would say that's a green.
Yeah.
alright.
This is going to be a fat roll. You can definitely move some of the dice out of the way to make room for this.
Actually, we should just take them out. Put this.
Yeah. Here, well, you roll that. I'll do this.
Those go.
Heart of the cards.
Part of the cards. I think we're
Well,
going
that's
to
a success for sure.
That was holy shit. Look at how little is going on there, though.
Yeah, those red die are real kind to you.
do. I think a decent amount of those
So
go
I've-
in the dice mug.
Just have 2 successes.
No, actually, these ones all are mine. These ones all are mine.
All these fucking dice, and literally the net effect was 2 successes. 3 of them were
Doesn't
blank.
do it.
So you have 3 successes. Okay.
The ones,
2 successes.
The white ones
2
that go in the
successes.
dice bucket are already there.
Oh,
Those
okay.
ones are mine.
2 successes. So you. Ooh. Are you guys pinging me or is that someone else? I think that's nope. That's a different server. Never mind. Let me. Did I? You know what? Names don't matter. We'll just say yes. You guys. So you guys hack in. Pooling your collective brain power here. And hacking ability. You put in a successful false breadcrumb to both to the eclipse, saying that the blue suns have already arrived at target and are holding them and are moving them down the block opposite the eclipse. From where they're headed in. So that's going to open up a larger avenue for you guys to move in, get family, and get out.
Okay.
And it definitely throws the Eclipse current plans into much disarray. And so if you run into them at all, they're going to be much less organized. However, Did you do this hack only to throw off the eclipse?
No, it was to
Just to scramble everybody he could.
Scramble everybody?
So here's what I wanted to do is have Eclipse and Blue Suns basically think that the other was 2 steps ahead. So that they panic and do stupid shit and like just straight up attack each other. So it's like, okay, well the one has to make the people that want him dead, and possibly including the blood pack. Let's leave the blood pack out of this because I wasn't thinking about that.
They wouldn't be able to crack anything anyway.
No, they wouldn't.
Sorry, Eclipse wants him dead, right?
Yes.
So make him think that the Blue Suns already have him in custody, and make the Blue Suns think that the Eclipse are like literally on their way to kill them right now, and they have their location.
Okay.
So we're just gonna panic them, and then you got Streetwise, right?
Yeah.
So you would know probably some systems, like specific systems that I would want to look into to try and subvert in order to slow their progress through this habitat zone.
Do you want me to roll it and see how it does, or do you just want it to be as a
So to Cal.
consequence of the advantage?
I was thinking I would use it to enhance a roll of my own, a separate hacking roll aside from the counterintelligence.
Yeah, because you had 2 successes on that first roll. Ben, we could totally... Yeah, I'm cool with the second roll of... Now Ben is assisting with another...
Hey, Ben could do his own damn thing too.
Yeah, if you want to.
Ben, if you have an idea for a subterfuge amount of information on these guys...
Well, the thing is, I've got Streetwise and Stealth. I'm in a good position to be able to actually get information from human sources. I'm just worried that because I am a known agent here, it might be better to do this one covertly and electronically, and I'm fine with that.
Ben, I'm wondering if, as a separate thing from what I'm doing, as another little added thing to help us out, I'm wondering if maybe you have the ability to just start up the rumor mill and get the blood pack shoved into the melee as well.
That's a thing, yeah.
So we
that's
can
a thing
tie
we
them
do.
all up at the same time.
Yeah.
Ben, you could do an information leak, because right now just the Vorcha of the blood pack are involved. It would be beneficial to get the Krogan of the blood pack involved, because this is literally about them. Like, this is dealing with the largest social stigma of their species, the Genophage.
Yeah.
And like, they want everything in their power to increase their population.
What information should I leak then?
You could... It would be beneficial to tell them the specifics of what's... Not too specific, but the specifics of what's going down. And they might move in on both of the other gangs to hamper them and be like, no, you're not allowed to do this.
You know, what you could
Don't
do
worry about
is
the Vorcha, that's not the Krogan.
you could tell them that the Vorcha want to sell the Krogan family to the Blue Suns, and the Blue Suns... Okay, so actually I have a great little elaborate lie here. You could tell them that the Solarian government basically just contracted both the Eclipse and the Blue Suns, and just because of the nature of their differing organizations gave them different objectives, but same result. And then just tell the Krogans within the Blood Pact that the Krogan family's fate will be the same between both of those factions, so that the Blood Pact attacks them both.
Yeah.
That would work, especially that the Krogans inherently do not trust Solarians. They trust Turians less, or well, they trust Turians more, but they inherently do not trust Solarians.
I could even skin this as like, as long as I keep myself as well out of this as possible, in terms of my, like, this is coming from a Turian, but we don't know exactly which one. I could even skin this as like, it is coming from a Turian who feels bad about what has happened in the past and is trying to make amends in whatever small way they can.
Dude, I
but
love it.
has to do it secretly because obviously this goes against
Did you hear
Syrian
any of that
culture.
through the wall?
Ben, I love that aspect. That would be perfect.
Do I get a boost for that?
Sure. I'll give it to you.
I'm a
Since
bow gamer.
this is going to be as difficult as Harris's roll, which was what? 2 purples and
No,
a
2 reds,
Two reds and a purple.
2 reds and a purple.
Oof. That's alright. I'm still well and more.
So how many pluses are we giving to Ben, and how many not? Because we've said.
I've already rolled with 1 blue, baby.
What's up, Ben?
I've already rolled with 1 blue.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And
I got 3 successes, 2 advantages, 3 failures, and 1 threat. Net gain, 1 advantage.
Yeah. All right. So
So can I leak 1 small bit of information to them?
yes, it's not exactly what you were hoping for, but you can leak
Yeah.
beneficial information for you guys to the blood pack.
What gets through from my message, basically?
It's just a message that's directed to the Krogans telling them what the Vorcha are doing.
That sure.
Now that feels too successy, though.
Oh, it does? Okay.
You could just have it be that.
No, I've got it. No, I've got it. If it's successful, obviously. I would like to put word out that there is a Tyrian who must remain secret, who is trying to give information to the Krogans about something important, thus making my position better in the future if I try and do something similar in a better circumstance.
Perfect. That's
Finger guns, baby.
that's good.
Yeah. Because it doesn't give me an immediate success, but it definitely gives me an advantage for the future.
Yes, it does. Make sure you write that down, and I will write that down.
Yes.
Rick, can you hand me my
I'm making it.
blue pencil, please? So, what is today? June 20th. So Ben, what did you Ben secretly transmitted. He is a sympathetic Turian to the Krogan cause.
Yeah.
So, I want to do my last hack here. Fucking up, like, riot control and, like...
So there's not a whole lot
civil
of...
containment systems. Maybe, like, back up some sewers in strategic areas.
You could do that.
To
Now
kind
there's
of
not...
build ourselves a route.
There's not really, like, police or, like, civil containment. There might be, like, some life support or utility functions that you could disrupt or shut down.
Okay.
That would hamper the gang's plural,
Yeah, are there
gang's
any,
plural
like,
progress.
Are there any, like, public transportation systems through the area? Or do people just sort of progress on foot or in vehicles?
It's mostly by pedestrian traffic, or like taxi cabs.
Okay. So, I'm thinking I'm going to do a combination of scrambling taxi cab communications and routing,
Okay.
and then fuck with any kind of thing that will cause large groups of people to gather in specific places. So, like fire alarms, any kind of sewage or plumbing or electrical systems, basically like power outages, to just disrupt main thoroughfares.
Okay.
To kind of block out the movement.
Is it
of
any?
large groups
Is
of
it any
enemies.
one of those specifically, or are we just saying in general?
Just sort of in general.
In
like
general. Okay.
anything that I'm sorry, I've forgotten your character's name.
Zethelian.
Zethelian.
I've forgotten, like anything that Zethelian can think of that would cause a disruption and a large number of people to gather in sort of like major arteries through the zone?
You could say like certain blocks or certain areas have had like a chemical leak or like a reactor leak of some sort,
Yeah.
or power outages, waste management disruptions, that kind of thing.
What
Oh, God,
difficulty-
waste management. No one likes that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one likes. Doesn't matter where you are in the universe. No one likes a waste management
Got a
disruption.
shit slick spilled all over the main road.
Yeah, dude.
So, what's my difficulty going to be here?
Let's do 1 red and 2 purple.
Okay. And I'm going to take 1
Bless
blue
you.
because I'm using
Okay.
Ben's knowledge here.
Yep. Okay. Give me that roll. Man, another really good roll.
So, yeah, so a success and an advantage.
Success and an advantage. So, you disrupt a lot of the utility systems, like, say, like, one apartment block, like, all their fire alarms are going off. Another apartment block, like the one next door, like, the power just blackout. You also set off alarms along the routes, and especially because you have advantage, you set off alarms along the routes of both of the gangs closing in, the Eclipse and the Blue Suns, that there's conflicting reports of chemical leakages
Okay.
or radioactive leakages from like reactor power systems, that kind of thing.
Nice.
You have also put I wouldn't say like there's now a shit slick from waste management, but there's definitely like alarms blaring throughout most of the housing of like, hey, this is
An emergency.
an emergency, or like this is broken, like needs to be fixed.
Okay. All right, folks. We got some chaos. We should take advantage of it.
So you guys
Roll
have very, very much hampered the progress of the Blue Suns and Eclipse closing in. You might still run into some Vorcha with the Blood Pack, but like you're probably not, if you make it there fast enough, you're probably not going to run into either of the 2 main gangs.
That sounds good to me.
Okay, well, let's
So,
make a move then.
so do a hustle. You get there. Nice. So you guys make your way down. Are you doing public transport, or are you gonna take like
Fuck no.
Ryan's?
There's no way we're doing public transport. We've done everything we can to fuck this city.
Yep.
We are not relying on its usual routes of transportation.
Yeah, that was a dumb.
No,
dumb,
don't worry
dumb
about it.
brain. Thank you for the catch.
So here's a
You
question.
asked the question and we answered it. There's
Here's
no
a
way
question.
we're taking that.
Would we possibly be able to pilot our craft in there to extract them? Like, I'm a good pilot, but like, would we run into things that would stop us? Like, would there be fucking AA batteries set up somewhere?
No.
That would be like, hey, you're not supposed to be flying here.
If you can clear it with Aria, definitely no. But there's probably not AA batteries in a residential district. At least like within the city of Omega itself.
So, Zethelian and maybe Pay go talk to Arya and...
I mean, you can just like call her up.
Oh, that's true.
Because you guys have left. I'm assuming that you've left the Afterlife bar and are on your way to.
So I'm thinking two of us get the craft, 2 of us go talk to the Krogans and let them know what we're doing, so that we don't just show up in an airship and be like, "You're coming with us" at gunpoint.
Okay, well.
Yeah, especially if you do that, they will not trust you. You can know that right off the bat.
I do a significantly much better job with people that have a face.
What?
I don't follow that train of
Saying
thought
he wants
at all.
to talk with the family
Okay.
and not go with his spaceship.
Okay,
Because it's a spaceship.
that's fair. Plus, Harris is probably the best pilot out of the four of
He is
you.
the best
Yeah, I have
pilot,
3
guarantee it.
piloting and 3 intellect. So.
Nice. That's gonna be very cool.
And I assume that because it's Nosa's ship, Nosa wants to be in it at all times when it's flying, basically.
I mean, I trust you.
Well, either way, I figure, 2 people on the ship, 2 people to go talk to the Krogan family. Does that sound reasonable to people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way we've got an escape route ready to go for us and the family, or just us from inside the house, because, fuck, there's only so much you can do.
Okay. So I'm gonna just assume Zethelian knows a place where we could land the ship relatively close by that we would
That
fit.
seems like the kind of thing I would know.
Yeah.
Yes, that'll work.
Okay, so we'll meet you there. Nosa, let's roll, baby.
All right.
So, Pei and Ben.
Yeah.
So Pei and Zethalion are gonna send a communication to Arya of like, hey, make sure that we have the airspace cleared.
Yeah, but I think we're also going to be going ahead on foot to go get to this family first.
You can totally do that.
Yeah.
I thought of a way you can do that if you want me to pose it to you.
Sounds great.
As you guys are starting to hustle, you're passing a like a transit hub, and there's a cabbie not really paying attention to his vehicle.
Mm.
He's kind of just leaning on the bumper, talking to someone, having a smoke.
Great. Hi, you can. And she turns to you. Can drive, right?
I can. Yeah, actually.
Okay, great. That's fantastic. You're going to drive this car. Give me 1 second. And like I'm imagining this guy's like sitting on his bumper essentially, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk with a cigarette in my mouth using this screwdriver.
So I'm gonna go up and talk with him, and then he's gonna give me his keys, and we're gonna get in the car, and you're gonna drive away. So, but you should go.
I'm intrigued to see how this is going to happen, because normally I just walk up and say, this is Aria's business, and then take what I need and then go.
I mean, that
I'm
would
sure
totally...
That might be easier.
I'm sure that would probably.
But I want to see how he does this, because, like, we got up on the wrong foot. I am willing to be impressed by his skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, what she'd like to be doing is
Her
using,
skills, but you're in the start.
yeah. What Pei would like to be doing is using the domination biotic on him to influence his decision to give her these things.
Okay.
The keys to his car. I mean, she's going to promise. So, as she walks up, hi, how are you?
Oh, hello.
I asked, how are you? You look as though you're on your break and resting. That's good.
I am on a break.
Good, that's wonderful.
I'm
And
doing
her,
okay.
her voice is like starting to feel more lyrical and musical to him, a little more honey, a little sweeter.
All right, Rick,
That-
seduce me.
That little bit of glow in her eyes that you had seen earlier when she had mentioned, oh, it's not only me who believes it, that others like to do what I say. And during this time then, so I just need you to do me a quick favor. I'll be sure to be bringing it right back, but I just need to borrow something of yours.
Okay. What
Oh
do you
yeah,
borrow?
and then it's at this point that the domination comes in. Oh, I just need your keys, and that's when it. So I need to roll for this, of course.
Yeah.
Because of my.
It's your I think it would be like your biotic ability, and then this is gonna be. You caught him unawares, so I'm gonna make it average, not hard.
Okay, and because of my equipment, I add an additional green to all domination checks.
Cool.
And so it's average against 2 purple.
Yep.
That's 2 triumphs.
So this.
Gotta happen sometime.
Yep.
Yep.
So that is 2 triumphs and 2 triumphs, 3 successes, and 4 disadvantages.
So
he insists on coming with us.
I would say
That's our disadvantages.
Are we recruiting a new party member?
No,
The triumphs, though, this guy is very, very valuable. He has someone valuable in his backseat already.
I was gonna say like, so this guy's like his eyes kind of glaze over and he's just enamored by you. He's like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Anything for you.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I need
and
your
he kinda
keys,
just-
please.
Kind
Great.
of just hands the key,
And
like
she-
slowly, dumbly
Yeah.
hands her the keys.
Z, and she just says unceremoniously Z, and just chucks the keys over to where she's expecting you're going to be, on the other side of this vehicle. Okay, well, thank you. We'll see you soon. And
I like the idea that the keys just bounce off my chest plate.
yeah, it's off like the back of your chest plate too, because you weren't looking. It's just like thrown over the car at you, just like hitting you in the back. And just like, no, we'll be seeing you. And he's like, no, I'm coming. I have a charge in the back. I have to stay with them at least. Like, I'm trying to dissuade them, but he won't, and so he like gets into the back.
I'm
with his
totally down with that.
person. Colin, I'd like to know, because this is a triumph, who is the super valuable person in the back of this cab? Who did we steal on accident, Colin?
Did we get like a local like Solarian fixer who was arranging shit with the eclipse?
Maybe that's not a bad idea. Yeah, let's go with that. That's narratively hilarious.
I vote we space this fucker when we're out of here.
Okay, so let's
Yeah,
jump
especially-
away from us for a moment. So we've gotten into this. We've hopped into this car. Ooh, I have knowledge, social knowledge, underworld, and knowledge brokers. Can I recognize this person when we're getting into the vehicle? Because I'd like our last shot to be whether or not either of us recognize this individual.
I'm going to pull up the Mass Effect wiki because I actually know who this guy is.
But I would like to know if I can roll to know who this individual is in the back of the car.
Yep. Yeah. Let me find out who it is. Mass Effect to make us. This is a side mission. I need specifically for Mass Effect 2. Oh, okay. So this is this is a not so much less than reputable, but like he is a well-known but shady businessman by the name of Ish, and he is a Solarian who frequents outside of the Afterlife nightclub in Omega, offering his, scummy business deals to anyone who will listen and take him up on them.
Oh, so I can just recognize this individual?
Yeah, like you fucking know who this is.
Oh, great.
Or rather, Zethalion knows who this is and can communicate that to you.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So as we get into this vehicle,
And
just fucking.
I guess you guys just pile in.
I'm taking the shotgun, and I had thrown the keys to you because I said that you're driving. So.
Yeah, and okay, so
I
I guess
what?
the cabbie.
Sorry, I'd like the triumph to be that this person is not this person in the back, because there were two triumphs, right?
Yeah.
I'd like the other triumph for this person to also be affected by that little charming side of the domination, so they're not going to immediately be pissed and furious that we have robbed them.
I can RP that.
Because I don't need them to be obsessed. I just need them to be pleasant and fine. I'd like that to be the other triumph, is that this person that we stole is not going to be angry that we stole them.
Rick, what?
For right now.
What's your skin tone? Are you more blue, or are you more green, or are you more pink, purple?
Like very deep, dark purple. Like purple that's sliding closer to like obsidian, but not quite like that dark black. But it's like a real deep
So like
dark purple.
So like the ink that I used.
Yeah.
Like this, sort of?
No,
Or
even
like
more. Even
more than that?
More.
I'll show you.
Okay. I would like to see the
I
color
literally
of this ink.
like that,
Okay.
Yeah.
like a very deep purple.
Deoxazine purple. Okay.
Just like
Cool.
thoroughly purple.
Okay, so this guy was he was biding time in this cab. Like they were gonna go somewhere. He was gonna have this cabbie take him somewhere, and the cabbie just gets in the back and Ish is like, wait, what? And then you guys hop in the front seat, and Zethalion like starts it up and gets going. And Ish kind of sputters out of like, what's the meaning of this? What are you? And then like the domination effect kicks in because it's still residual.
Yeah, I think
And he
that
kinda
it's at that point is when she like opens the door and starts to step in the car.
Yeah. What's the meaning of it? What are you? And then like he sees you get in and he's like, it sputters, and then just goes, wow, she is a very pretty purple.
Yes, I am the prettiest purple that most individuals will ever get the pleasure of seeing, without the pleasure of really seeing it.
And
Because they'll die.
yeah, and the cabbie is just he's mute
Yeah.
and kind of dumbstruck in the back. All right, you guys have transportation, fast transportation.
Let's jump away to y'all.
Ryan and Harris,
All right,
what y'all doing for?
let's roll Nosa. We're gonna kick this pig.
Let's do it.
So we go back
Is
to
that a phrase?
What's up?
Is that a phrase?
Yeah.
Now it is.
Okay.
I've heard Harris use that phrase on multiple occasions. So
Colin, you've heard me use the phrase donut bone on multiple occasions.
yeah, because that's how America be. It's bullshit.
So if you want to know what my reference is from, watch down Periscope.
I need a quick wee while you do your bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
I will return.
we'll roll back to the dock and chart a course that is somewhat stealthy through the city in a way that won't really attract attention, and will get us to the landing site that Zethalion outlined. That isn't, you know.
I don't think that's really that's not like an astronavigation check. That would be more of just like a general in-atmo piloting.
Okay. Well, I got 3 piloting, so.
Yeah, you're. It's not going to be very difficult for you if anything.
So like 2 purple.
1 purple.
1 purple.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna add in a blue for information from Zethalion.
Yes.
Is that?
Is that your mouth? I wasn't looking, so now I'm scared.
Okay, so that's a triumph and 3 advantages.
Fucking hell.
Nice.
Yeah,
This-
dude.
We're rolling triumphs tonight.
Dude, we're doing so good on these rolls, man.
This is just coming together,
Hot
guys.
dice. Hot.
It's coming together.
I love it when a plan comes together. So yeah, you fucking chart a course. You slam the throttle home like all the way. You having fun over there?
Poking the seal. Can you see that, Ryan?
Oh yes, I can.
So
Gross.
you slam that throttle down. Engine's at full afterburner. And you fucking gun it, dude. You are bobbing and weaving some of the best bobbing and weaving that you have ever piloted in Atmo. It's a lot like the fucking SR-71 flyby story, that copy pasta. You know,
I got a speed check.
can I get a speed check?
I think the best one of those I heard was one rewritten from the point of view of the Cessna pilot.
I
told you that I heard an old man tell that story at a bar. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my best. That's my fucking. Anyway,
The
I'll tell you some other time about that.
the meta speed check story.
Yeah, I'll tell you
and
all about that sometime. Right. Ready to
like
get flying.
like you guys are hauling, and it is like you're just dancing around these buildings, getting to this spot,
Yeah.
blowing out some windows with the afterburners firing, and you find an extremely close landing pad. Like, it is one building over, you land on the roof.
Sweet.
It's perfectly flat.
All right. Booyaka
And,
Shah.
You guys have you have a very easy out at this point.
So I guess
And on the approach in, there is no indication given that the other gangs are even remotely close.
okay.
We're still waiting for Ben to come back from bathroom.
So
I'm
since this was a triumph, how about we say that this is a triumph?
I'm making a note here. Huge success.
How about we say that due to shit spills and radiation and chemicals and shit, the building that we are on top of is just empty.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
like, there's nothing.
It
To get in our way
it does
at all.
not alarm you guys, and you can make it down the elevator or down the stairwell with no progress impeded.
Gentlemen, I love it when a plan comes together.
Yep. So yeah, that's what's up. Back to Rick and Ben. How are you guys doing on your approach here? I would also
so
imagine.
Who's that in the back?
You say that to Zethalion?
Yeah.
I suppose that would have been advantages, what I thought of, right?
Are we done?
Not the
I
triumph.
said, so who's that in the back?
As you guys are flying in.
Obviously, there's the cab driver, but who's the other one?
There's a recognizable Solarian in the back of the
Yeah.
cab. His name is Ish, I-S-H, and he is a shady businessman that frequents the exterior of Omega. While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna do a bathroom.
So, Pei was asking Zethalion, because obviously Zethalion seemed a little, not the most comfortable when he realized who else was in the cab.
I guess Nathaniel knows in character, but I don't know anything about Ish out of character.
Oh, okay. Well, sounds like bad guy. Not the best. Well, no, there's lots.
Like, I remember he was in Mass Effect 2, but
Yeah.
it's been a while since I played it, so.
Yeah, there's lots of kinds of shady. There's shady like Arya. There's shady like me. There's shady like. Well, shady like what's your name again?
Bale.
Bale. Shady like Bale. Shady like. The blacks or the was it the blue suns? Shady. There's lots of shady. I need to know what shady.
Thanks for leaving me out of that.
Hmm?
Thanks for leaving me out of that.
Yeah, well, you're just. You fight things. Things are in front of you. You hurt them. You harm them. You know exactly what job you're signing up for, and you do that job.
Definitely not on the run from the Hanar government.
No. Never. You're not shady, you're just on the run. But you can't hide, so you can't be shady.
What did I miss?
Just discussions of shade.
Okay.
Shades. We were trying to see, like, how much Zethalion really did know about this individual. Like, because Ben, as a human, knows less than Zethalion as
Okay.
a Turian does, you know?
Yeah, I remember you run into him in Thingy and Mass Effect 2.
Yeah.
I can't remember his deal.
He gives you a side quest in the game where, like, he wants you to go pick up some packages at other spaceports and return it to him, and at the same time, hack into those other spaceports like access terminals, so they're kind of their networks, and it gives him an in on his competition. And he's just he's a con man, he's a grifter. Known for just shady business.
Okay.
Smuggling, but like not for beneficial of people kind of smuggling, like he is doing it for a profit to himself and undercutting other businesses.
Oh, so it seems like maybe we've picked up a nice gift for your boss. Because I'm sure that this individual has business practices that Arya wasn't exactly the most fond of. And now we have him. I bet she'll be happy.
Might go some way towards repairing your relationship with her.
It might help with how you feel about her.
Well, that's a cryptic statement.
Yes, it is. Most of the things I say happen to be.
That is entirely up to you lot.
But there's no real damage of which to speak in our relationship, so it seems as though this will just be gravy.
Yep. All right. So,
We're zooming.
yeah.
You've got the address. You know how to zoom, zoom, zoom.
Ben knows how to get there. So you guys roll up. You park down the block. You get out, and those guys are just kind of sitting in the cab as you guys get out.
Yeah, you're gonna stay here and not let anyone come into this cab. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. And Ish. Oh, actually, Ish.
Yeah.
You're gonna get into the trunk.
Oh,
Yep. You're just gonna get right on in there.
I guess.
Yeah.
So Ish gets out. Like, the cabbie's just kind of like, there's not, lights are on, nobody's home. Ish just calmly gets out of the back of the cab, walks around, pops the trunk, climbs in, and then he's like, I can't really latch it from this.
That's okay. I got you from here. Don't worry.
You just slam the trunk on him.
Well, she's like keeping him like, well, watch your head, like being nice and gentle. The moment the trunk shuts, okay, we're good. This guy's staying here. Let's roll.
I love it.
For the third time in a row, I am grudgingly impressed.
Yeah.
I may not like you as a person, but I can appreciate that you do get things done.
Hey, man. Definitely.
That's fair. Who's to say Patty likes herself as a person? I don't know if she does.
I don't think Zathalia likes anyone as a person, really.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, you guys are walking, Patty and Zathalion, you round a corner, pulling up on this address, and you see the building, and then the next building over very distinctly has Nosa's ship parked on top of it. You're like,
perfect.
Nice. That's our out.
Well, good.
Ben, you missed it. I got a triumph and 3 advantages piloting it.
So I relayed, while you were in the bathroom, we basically said, yeah, it's like the SR-71 speed check story. And Harris does some of the best in-atmo piloting he has ever completed in his life.
Most people will ever see.
Rolling up to this place.
Yeah.
Parks it on a dime on top of the adjacent apartment building to the family you gotta go pick up. And then, because of the alarms and utility mayhem that you guys set off earlier, there's nobody in that building to impede their progress down the stairs or down the elevator or be like, yo, why the fuck did you just park a spaceship on top of our building?
Well, I mean, it is a good thing that we have a Krogan in our group who will hopefully help encourage this family to realize, hey, they're not trying to kill you.
Who?
Isn't Ryan a Krogan?
Ryan is a Drell.
Oh,
This
okay.
is twice that we have forgotten that Ryan is a Drell and thought he was.
Well, he was originally going to be a Krogan.
Yeah,
and
that's what got me.
Yeah.
You're just a really heavy set drow.
He's a
thick boy.
thick boy.
Yeah.
So you
I
guys are.
suppose it does make sense for us trying to convince them to come with us, to not storm into their home from their roof.
Yep.
Coming in through the front is definitely a little bit more peace-facing.
Definitely. So, you guys rendezvous at the entrance to this apartment building. You guys want to roll up? Head up to this family? Yeah? Doing that?
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you might want to add before you just like go up and knock on the door, or how do you want to go about this? Because I'm thinking about how I'm going to roleplay as the family. More or less dependent on how you decide to go meet up with them.
I mean, I'm actually thinking that, like, I should stay on the ship in case some shit goes down and I need to, like, pull out real quick.
Okay.
To make sure we don't lose the ship. Does the ship have weapons?
Yes.
So maybe Nosa stays with me at the ship, but we just come down to meet you guys and let you know what the deal is. And so we're ready to, like, dust off and blast some shit if it gets to that point.
Yep.
I don't know how Krogans feel about Quarians, but I don't think it's favorable.
They don't you would know this wouldn't be a knowledge roll. You know that Krogans don't really have any animosity towards Quarians. They're kind of indifferent. There's a small amount of sympathy in that, like, both races have been fucked over by things that happened in the past, but it's not so much like, it's not really like an empathy thing. It's more of like we recognize that you have not had the best background either.
Okay.
It's more of like a kinship almost, not so much an empathy or. And then, Ryan, you know that Krogan they don't really favor Drell, nor do they have any animosity towards them either. Really, the only one that might have to worry would be how the Krogan family decides to react as a Thalian, because he is a Turian.
Well, we can deal with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I say we just head in.
Okay. So, Ryan says, I think you're just gonna head in.
Yeah.
Cool with that?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
So, take the elevator up a few floors. Walk down the hallway. You're at the door to their apartment. What do you do?
Well, if no one else will.
You hear a little bit of shuffling, and then some just huge lumbering footsteps come up to the door. There's some fumbling with multiple sets of locks, and whatever the fucking, like, you put the chain in the slot on the door,
Yeah.
and then door chain, and then there's one more latch, and the Krogan opens the door partway and kind of peeks around it, and there's still part of a door chain holding it. He's hello.
This seems
Can I
like
help you?
a poor surveillance system if you're trying to keep something safe inside, and I suppose that's why we're here, to help you keep the thing inside safe that you're trying to. Because you shouldn't be unlocking all those locks to check who's on the other side of your door. You're trying to keep safe something precious, and we're here to help you do that.
How did you? Yeah, you're right. Like this guy was like, totally thought all that stuff was fine, and then, he just kind of stopped him dead in his tracks in his thinking. He's like, oh, whoops. Who are you?
Criminal elements.
We're the motherfucking terror squad.
After he says criminal elements, can I step into view?
Wait, do you actually just go criminal?
I'm not there, but I just think it would be hilarious if you just said that. We're criminal elements.
Harris is not there. He's keeping the engines hot for the ship in case you need to do a really quick dust off. So now it's just... Is it just Pei and Zethelian, or is it Pei, Nosa, and Zethelian?
Nosa's there.
Nosa's there? Okay.
In that case, after you say criminal elements, which I really hope you do say, I'll step into view and say, with the backing of some very important people, and by people, I mean single person. You know what I mean.
You, Turian, why the hell are you helping out Krogan?
Believe me, it's nothing personal.
Really? I would consider it personal. Your race almost wiped out the entirety of mine. And now you're saying that you want to help me and my family get off station? That's...
Okay.
What a load of shit.
Time to roll deception, my only social skill.
Alright, I like it.
Because I am going to capitalize on what I set up earlier, if I can.
There we go.
Alright.
Toss that BD in there.
I want to
Smell
essentially
the
get
pizza
across that, like, although most Tyrians would not go their way to help a Krogan, maybe the race identity of Tyrians doesn't hold true for every single person.
Yes.
And that some of us who've seen them battle, and I am of course covered with scars, understand that there are occasionally more important things to life. Not often, but sometimes.
Okay, I dig it.
That's actually good.
Can I grab a blue die for that one for working at my advantage from earlier?
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna say that's a permanent advantage. Like, just keep that blue die in your pocket for Turian Krogan relations.
Yeah. Okay, how many purples?
That would probably be a red, right?
Seems like just no
Nope.
purple, 2 red.
2 red, yeah.
I was gonna say 1 red, no purple.
Oh, okay. Hey, go for
Or
it.
how? Two red seems too severe, but 2 purple seems way too easy. So like what? 1 red, 1 purple.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 red, 1 purple.
Plus your blue
2
die.
successes, 2 advantages.
Beautiful.
Wow. So,
At no point do I say I am the sympathetic Tyrian. I just play that angle up so that they make the connection.
well, Clan did say that they'd be sending some armed guards to get us off station, and well, you certainly look like you can handle yourself. I guess, well, there's hope for you yet, Turian. Guess you're not all bad. And he undoes the final lock and lets you guys inside. So you, as you get into the apartment, it is kind of ramshackle, and the ceilings aren't quite tall enough for the adults, causing them to stoop as they walk around most of the apartment. But there's also a small smattering of what would be equivalent children's toys around the living room area. And there is a Krogan toddler just kind of sitting there in a playpen, and the wife is standing in between the husband and the baby, obviously protectively. They have a couple suitcases packed, but like none of the other belongings in the apartment have been organized in any way that they're going to be taking them with them.
In that case, I'll look around and say, smart, traveling light.
Yep. And so the Krogan dad kind of turns around and goes, "This is our transport. This is our..." Hang on, what voice was I doing? "This is our transport."
That was good.
And she relaxes and kind of scoops up the baby.
And I pointed it, suppressing that wave of wrongness that I get from seeing a Krogan baby, and just say, "But you're gonna want to hide that thing."
I can do the tactical cloaking thing.
You
I can cloak this baby
Smart.
and hide this baby.
So the mom is definitely not going to relinquish her child.
Of course not.
But if you use your drone effectively, your drone can deploy tactical cloak on baby, shadowing them as you leave this apartment, go across the street.
Yeah. I've got that upgraded the tech tool,
Sure.
Omni tool that adds a green to it anyway.
Yep.
So it feels appropriate that it would have this kind of advanced capability, you know.
Do that. Oh, is your beer empty? I'll take it.
Yes. Oh, thanks, baby. Oh, what difficulty would you like?
So you're not cloaking yourself.
Yeah.
You have to cloak a person being held by another person.
Yep. Thankfully, it's a tiny baby, so that's
Thankfully, it's a tiny baby, so there's not a ton of surface area to deal with.
Yep.
I'm gonna say
2 purple.
I was gonna say 3 purple.
Alright, 3 purple. I'm gonna. I get to add 1 green to it because of my biotic, and because we're using my investigator's kits, I get to add 1 additional blue die from that. So my hacking is.
You know, I have infiltrator tools and a tactical cloak, so I could maybe lend you mine.
Oh, I have infiltrator tools, and I have just the Omni tool that boosts tactical cloaking.
Okay.
So
Sweet.
yeah.
Nice.
What'd you roll, buddy boy?
Well, we're finding out right now.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes, 1 failure, so 3 successes and 1 threat.
Okay. 3 successes and 1 threat.
Yeah.
So you deploy your drone, like you kind of explain this out to them of like, hey, here's what I'm gonna do. You deploy your drone, and it cloaks the baby. But the threat is that it's not going to last very long, and it's going to still be obvious to a close observation that the mom is holding something.
Yeah.
But it's like, why would you be miming
Yeah.
this kind of action? Right?
The
Someone
answer was
would-
hold it like a briefcase.
I mean, you could...
Why you gotta get one of those baby
Baby
slings?
Krogan, it can stand it.
Baby case.
Baby,
Kick
it's
those
fucking
things around like a
briefcase of pain.
softball.
Briefcase of baby.
It's stoppable.
If you can have a briefcase of pain, you can have a briefcase.
I mean,
baby.
yeah, the Krogan are pretty sturdy, but like it would be tough. Like you would still have to carry the baby like this. You can't like it's gonna be tough to like hold them by.
You've never had
they
to
don't-
work with little kids, Colin.
Also, that's alright, because that's basically how Krogans carry everything anyway.
Grabbing them up by the waist of their pants and just slinging them
That's how
along.
they hold their arms when they're empty. I mean, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. So the threat is it's going to be very obvious
Yeah,
to an observer that
inky.
that
They won't know what's
hiding
hidden,
something.
but they'll know something is hidden.
yeah. Okay. So the dad takes up both suitcases. The mom has the cloaked baby, and you guys need to escort them out of here quickly, because even though you greatly disrupted Eclipse and Blue Suns, there might be some Vorcha, and you're running out of time. So, hustle.
Let's go.
I think I'll probably like take lead heading out and like just like making sure that the coast is clear kind of thing.
Totally.
I think that the family and I are in the middle, and
I'll take up the rear, yeah.
yeah.
Zethalion is...
Because, I mean, I definitely am not a combat lady, so I shouldn't be in either the front or the back.
So, Ryan, if you want, you can like, get down there, and then, Rick, how does, in the core rulebook for Genesis, a vigilance check, what that would apply? I want to do, like, I'm gonna do the equivalent of like a perception check.
But for just passively looking as things are going,
Yeah.
then that would be vigilance. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ryan, give me a vigilance check. That is.
It's just for like noticing stuff that's happening around you.
That's will, WIL check.
Yep.
Oh, what's the difficulty, Colin?
Yeah.
This will be average difficulty, so two purple.
4 successes, but 1 threat.
Okay.
Holy shit.
So 4 successes. You head down to the street level, and luckily it's a really long avenue going both ways, and so you can see that, like, you've been trained well, and you have very good Drell assassin vision and shit. With excellent hunter's acuity, you don't see any eclipse approaching. Like, they have not shown up yet coming from the west, but coming from the east down the avenue of this street. You see the first little bits of blue suns approaching. Like, they're kind of just purposely walking down, not like super stealthily, but like nonchalant, trying not to be too noticeable down a
Inconspicuous.
yeah, definitely inconspicuous. You see a few like forward scouts of blue suns coming down the sidewalk about 200 yards away. If you guys move quickly, they won't see you. But the threat is like they're moving with purpose, inconspicuously, but moving with purpose on your location. And if you dawdle, or if there is if the especially if the family dawdles, or if there's a panic, like, they will be on you and they will alert the rest of the gang to send force.
So yeah, I just look back.
Sorry,
okay.
Ryan, go for it.
I was gonna say, I look back and say, you gotta keep moving, blue suns.
I think this might be my time to shine.
Okay, Ben, what do you have in mind?
This is exactly what I built my character for. I think I can make them believe that they are being attacked from the opposite direction, thus make them rush into kind of defensive positions and not advance on the family as they are moving.
Okay. How do you want to go about
And
that?
I can do that by attacking them from the opposite direction. Because I've got a motherfucking jetpack.
Interesting. But that also means you're going to be putting yourself at a distance from exfiltration for...
Well, I mean, he can jump to building top. We can catch him midair.
Yes, that is
You
the exact
could.
thing.
I will
I don't-
allow
I
that,
don't
but
need
that
to
will be a very
catching
tough
everyone else.
roll.
I just need to be the last one in. And if they're on street level, and I can move extremely quickly from street level to roof level, they can't do that.
Correct. Okay. Yeah, if you wanna... I wanna see how you jetpack this up, Ben.
So,
Limits are your narrative imagination, my dude.
That's
well,
dangerous. That's a
I have
dangerous weapon.
the...
And then we will roll the dice to put limits on that.
Yeah. I have the Disciple Shotgun, chosen specifically not only because it's Blast 5, which it is, but because it's Disorient 2.
Okay. Good
So
weapon
I am
choice, by the
literally
way.
going to try and land behind them, fire off a shot, and disorient them enough so that I can head into an alleyway, have them chase me, or take whatever they do. Like, if they go defensive or if they chase me down, either's fine. Because by the time they round that corner, if they're coming after me, I am gone.
Okay.
Sweet.
Tell me what to roll, and if it works.
Let me go to combat really quick. So that's tech powers. Are you using any special ammunition, or are you just using regular rounds?
Regular rounds.
Regular rounds, okay. Let's see here. This is going to be combat.
Because it sounds like he's not trying to actually fight them. So
Yeah,
If
the
it
actual
helps, like, I'm not
combat
aiming for a
rules
pitched battle.
aren't
I'm assuming
really-
they're going to get some shots off of me as I retreat.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it sounds like
Fine.
he'd be rolling like a stealth check and then a ranged check and then
Yep.
whatever get the fuck out of there check.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
So that would be. Let me
So
go
it'd be like a
skills.
stealth check. and
Yeah.
then-
So give me a. I'm gonna have you. Give me a I'm not sure if it would be operating because like you're using a
No.
jetpack. No.
No, operating is for like ships.
Okay.
Operating is for like
Um.
commanding large groups of people on a ship to fire cannons.
Okay. So give me
Yeah, I made sure I had high agility for coordination, if that helps thinking about this kind of stuff.
What are you trying to make this all one roll? Or are you trying to make this?
I'm gonna
multiple
do.
things?
I want to do like 3 separate rolls. So
a
like.
stealth, a ranged, and then a like a coordination to get the fuck out of there.
Okay. Yeah. So stealth to get there unnoticed. A ranged attack to make them think that they're being attacked from behind with a couple shotgun blasts, and then a coordination roll subsequently
Yeah.
to
Get out of sight and get back up to the rooftop.
duck into this alley and then escape back up to the rooftop.
Yeah. If it's gonna be three things, like because those are three distinct actions,
Yeah, it's
right?
three. I was thinking
Yeah.
3 distinct actions. I was just trying to
Yeah.
find the appropriate
Yeah, because
rolls for that.
this isn't a traditional, like it's not a combat. So going
Yeah,
into
yeah,
the
yeah.
combat stuff. This is just using an equipment to do a thing.
Okay.
So
Yeah, Ben, give me
yeah.
an average stealth check,
Mm-hmm.
an easy ranged check, and then an average coordination check.
Okay. Stealth check. 1 success, 2 advantages.
Nice.
Like I said, this is the kind of situation I built my character for.
So you describe to me how you jetpack over there.
I think I'm going to use the jetpack as little as possible to make
Okay.
it as hard for them to work out as what I'm doing as
Oh,
possible.
so you're not jetpacking
So I'm
over.
literally I'm gonna rush to the closest rooftop, leap off, and then only use the jetpack to break my fall as I hit the ground right behind them.
Excellent.
Thus minimizing all jetpack noise.
Yeah. So it was a success and 2 advantages.
It was indeed.
Okay, so you successfully you do the land, like you land in this alley, like they're coming down the main street and you kind of just fall down in this alleyway and you like deploy at the last second to kind of just break your fall.
Yeah.
And due to your cybernetics and body augmentation, you can definitely like land a lot harder than any other organic. Plus, like Turians are built really strong. Not as much as Krogan, but like you have almost an exoskeleton because of
And remember, backstory-wise, I was a Havoc, so I am used to smashing into things unexpectedly from the air.
Yeah, like you are very much a like the Turian version of an ODST. Like it is hit hard.
Yeah, for others who don't know, Havocs are Tyrian military who had kind of the techie version of biotic charge, just smashing forwards into things from a distance.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And so, like, Zethelian lands in this alleyway, and, like, they don't notice. There's a couple blue suns moving past. So, and you can kind of poke your head around this corner, and they are none the wiser that you have just landed behind them.
Yep.
Feel free to do your ranged attack.
Because you got 2 advantages, you could add a blue die to this.
Oh, that sounds
Because
good.
that is one of the mechanical things of getting 2 advantages, is being able to add a blue die ongoing to your or an ally's next check.
Thank you.
Not necessarily the next check, but just
a
next
subsequent next check. Okay. So,
I'm going to wait for the last of them to get by, so they're all, like, between me and the family,
okay.
and then I'll step out and fire.
They have not. No, they're about 100 yards away from you guys. The rest of you moving from building to building, like moving at street level, building over to the next building to get up to Gnosis ship.
Yeah, I just want to keep their attention in the wrong direction, basically.
There you go. Go for it.
Okay. And you said this is an easy one?
Yes, this is an easy check.
1 success and 5 advantages.
Ho ho ho! So, that's so good. So you let off a trio of shots at these. Let's say it's like 4 guys, and you spray them down with buckshot.
This is the Disciple. This is the Asari combat shotgun. This is energy blasts, my friend.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. It's the Disciple shotgun. I totally forgot about that one in game. Yeah. So this is like
that was my main shotgun as I played through the game as well.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, that thing was brutal against shields.
It
was
great.
brutal against shields. Your multiple advantages is you strip these guys' shields in the 3 blasts that you let off. Like
Yeah,
they
that's gonna panic them incredibly.
Yeah,
quickly.
like they have no idea. Like it's the equivalent of like, yeah, someone just came up and like full on attack. Like they stumble and stagger as if they've all just been like run into by a large object, and their shields are instantly stripped, and they panic because it came from behind, but they have no idea what hit them because they just passed that area.
Yeah.
And now they turn around and like start heading towards you. Like they haven't seen you, but they're like something is back there, and they have completely disregarded that they were moving forward to move in on this family.
Yeah.
So now give me your escape.
Okay. That is going to be. Ooh, 1 advantage. No, wait.
That was your escape
that
is
one success but 2 threats.
Okay. 1 success but 2 threats.
Yeah.
So out of the 4 mooks that you just blasted, like 2 of them kind of like went down to a knee, like they're struggling, but like they're winded basically, like they're not gonna. And they kind of just like wave to their other 2 teammates that like, yeah, we're fine. Go get that thing that just fucking blasted us out of nowhere. And so they kind of like recover themselves and sprint down, and they're closing on you. You jetpack out of there to the rooftop, but they see you and they take some pot shots at you. So the threats are your Ben, do you have shields or armor, or is it just health? You thinking?
Give me a second.
So it's strain.
I have a defensive 1.
Okay, so it's like health works like you can take a certain amount of strain before you take soak, as in health damage.
Soak is for taking damage directly. Soak would generally be like if you were getting slashed with a sword and you are taking 5 damage. If you have 3 soak, you would then only take 2 damage.
Okay, so
strain is more like your mental resolve to do things. Once your strain runs out, then you can continue taking strain or suffering strain, but instead you suffer wounds instead of strain.
Okay, so
Wound me, baby.
yeah, so Ben, you what is your soak?
0.
0 soak, and then what is your strain?
12.
12 strain. I'm trying to think of like an appropriate amount of damage that Ben takes here. Like it's not going to be lethal, but like he's definitely going to be wounded. Like flesh wounds, not.
Why is he getting wounded? Did he roll something poor to get hurt?
He rolled a success, but 2 threats. So like these guys, I'm saying that like out of the 4 mooks that he shot at, 2 of them recovered quicker than he wanted. And while they didn't like close the distance, as he jetpacks away, they take some pot shots at him.
It could be just the equivalent of like, does Ben have a soak at this point or no? Because he has defensive 1. You probably have defense makes it harder to hit you. That would be for like being rolled against. What's your armor that you have equipped, Ben?
Give me a sec.
Because there should be a soak value associated with that armor as well.
Yeah, the soak value is 0. It's a performance outfit.
Oh, okay. So you just take either 2 or 4 strain. Whatever you'd like this to be. These guys have military grade weapons. They're attacking strong. 4 grade strain. 4 strain.
Yeah. So Ben, you take 4 strain.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, because it seems to me like are these Vorcha trying to kill?
No, these were Blue Suns. Like
these Blue Suns are wanting to capture. Yeah, strain makes much more sense because they're not going to want to be using any lethal weapons anyway. They're probably not going to give anyone cleaners to use lethal weapons unless they've been given go ahead because they've been given clear to engage lethal.
they were using lethal weapons, but they're hitting a very quickly moving target and while stunned, so it's just kind of glancing shots that Ben receives. I'm gonna say 4 strain because it's with lethal rounds.
Sure. I was thinking it was like an energy weapon.
No. So yeah, Ben, you take 4 strain worth of flesh wounds, and some chips and nicks to your mechanical bits, but you do get away. All right, so now you're on the rooftop. I'm gonna say you guys made it across the street and up the building.
Yeah, that's what all of our pre-planning was for.
Harry Berry's got the engines still running hot and ready to blast off here.
So yeah, I'm gonna be like, yo, Nosa, hit up these guns, and we'll extract Zethelian. Dude.
All right.
How much of a crack pilot are you, Harris?
I have the maximum piloting skill that it is possible to have in this game.
If I just jetpack straight up, can you pick me up from the air?
That is exactly what I was suggesting.
Sweet, okay.
That was what my first suggestion was.
You roll up and Nosa can just blast these fuckers with the ship guns.
Excuse me.
How do we feel about that?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't have much gunnery skills, but let's do it.
I mean, to be fair, you don't need that much gunnery skill.
Difficulty of doing
more,
this?
Oh shit, we're being shot at by a space.
I'm gonna say 1 purple and 1 red to kind of grab Zethelian out of the air, but because of your piloting skills, you're gonna have a significant bonus.
So, well, I mean that's already reflected in my dice, but
yeah,
I'm gonna take 1 blue because he's got the jetpack.
Yep.
And I think that's about it.
Okay. Come on, hot dice. Hot dice.
No successes, but 2 advantages. Oh no, 2 successes, 2 advantages.
2 successes, 2 advantages. So, you guys blast off from this rooftop, leaving a really nice scorch mark on the roof of this building. Family is safely stowed in the passenger compartment. Pay's getting them kind of squared away. And Nosa, you run over to the gunnery station as Bale is really gunning up the engines. Kind of you take off, you rotate about 100 degrees over, and you roll a little bit and kind of just zoom, and you open up a side hatch, and you roll at a 45-degree angle on pitch, and Zethelian, as you're rocketing away, you kind of rocket in through this open hatch on the side of the ship, and there's some pings of rounds off the side of the ship, but Zethelian makes it in. And so for the rest of the advantages, Ryan, describe to me how, and now that you've very much alerted the Blue Suns, describe to me how you open up on these guys with the bottom mounted chin gun.
I mean, I don't even care if I kill them because I know there's not much they can do to me. But this is just a way of saying, "Hey guys, fuck you."
Yeah. Tell me how you do that. So like, I don't. If you guys have full reign to describe how you book it out of here and how Ryan is doing just like a fuckers. Do.
I just look at Nosa and I'm like, tag the tops of those buildings so they come down on these fuckers.
You can do that.
Just
I'm
shower them with debris. Don't even need to be accurate.
Yeah, I'm just letting loose.
Nice. So, success. You guys picked up the family. You can now, if we want to continue just a little bit longer, you guys book it out of Atmo of the station. Atmo in quotes, I guess, because it is just a giant space station. Book it out of Atmo, and then Harris and who else would have any astronavigation ability?
I was planning on
do
picking
not.
some up later.
You do not? Okay, so Harris, give me a astronav check for plotting a course to the Krogan homeworld. You're going to Tuchanka to drop these
Difficulty?
guys off. It's along plotted hyperspace lanes.
Okay.
The only way that you would want to make it more difficult would be to mask your departure, and make it less easy to track you guys as you're en route.
Okay.
Because you do not have you definitely don't have the fastest ship in the galaxy.
You see her? Here's the...
So to make it more, I would say it's an easy, but you can add purple if you want to make it harder for people to track you.
I don't have anything I can add in besides my dice, unless you guys have some kind of tricks up your sleeve for this.
I mean, I technically have 2 green in astrocartography, but you know.
Ben, you what?
I technically have 2 green in astrocartography.
Yeah. So I'll add in a blue from him.
Sure.
And we'll make it 1 more difficulty.
Yeah.
But it might be more useful for me to roll something else.
Okay.
What are the limits of skullduggery?
How would you like to limit it? Because right now, skullduggery is just...
Would it be, seeing as I know Omega as a station, I would probably know the lanes people often take in and out.
Right, because there really is only one Mass Effect relay for the whole system, for the star system, so you're going to have to use that, but you can avoid the generalized laneways.
Yeah, I was trying to take us down find the best approach for us. Not from this is extremely effective in terms of spacefaring,
Yep.
in terms of this is the kind of place people don't go.
You could totally do that.
Okay. Well, I'll add in a blue for that.
Yeah, because even if skullduggery doesn't work for that, I've got knowledge underworld as well. I know the ways that smuggling ships take, etc.
Yep.
4 successes and an advantage, baby.
4 successes and an
Oh.
advantage. So, you guys make the jump to hyperspace unimpeded, and you kind of take a roundabout way to the mass relay, and you kind of tag in. You're kind of like shadowing this this really large freighter, and you can use their heat signatures from their engines and the mass of their ship to kind of cloak your own, and just kind of like the equivalent of drafting in a vehicle race, in a motorsport, but not so much for the wanting to win the race, but more so like we're stealthy. We're just going to draft these guys and blend in with their emissions. So yeah, you make the jump to hyperspace, and you jump to you have to do more than one jump, but because you rolled so well, I'm not going to have you roll multiple times. You make the multiple relays to the Krogan homeworld system of Arlac, and you come out of Arlac System Relay and are in sight of the Krogan homeworld, Tuchanka. We can call it there, or if you want to do the delivery.
Yeah, I think
I think
that's
that's,
a
I think
good
that's a
breaking
perfect
point.
spot to stop.
It seems like a good dramatic breaking point.
All right. Cool, guys. I apologize if this was a little bit disjointed, because I wasn't all mentally there. I did need a little bit of time to get warmed up, and I think it took us a while to get going, but
I think we're all kind of feeling tired today.
a bit of lethargy.
It was fun though.
Yeah.
Had a kick-ass plan that we just executed.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah,
Hot
I really
dice
liked
tonight.
How well our stuff worked, not just in terms of die rolls, but like we executed a plan. We came up with a plan and executed it really well.
Yeah.
We come up with a relatively complicated plan
Yeah.
and executed
How
it
did
very
that
well.
happen?
And we incurred like no penalty whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like you're mildly wounded, but we can deal with that.
That's the only fail. We rolled in total 5 triumphs this game. 2 of them in one roll.
Yeah, like we had to do no combat, none.
Yep.
That's actually what I was worried about. Was like if you guys do a combat, it's probably going to be a slog, and I don't know. And I don't really want to subject you guys to a meat grinder. 2,
There are ways to streamline it.
2, I don't really have the mental fortitude today to do that.
Yeah.
You know, so if you guys were going to do a actual combat, I was like, we'll do this next time. That's where we're going to call it. But you didn't end up having to do any of a combat. The only personal thing is, Ryan, I feel like I should have included you more. I'm sorry. I didn't give you a lot of opportunities to kind of do your thing.
You know, like, I also didn't have a lot to do. Like, given the situation, it just like wasn't where my character's strengths are. Like, I'm a pretty combat focused character,
Yeah.
and so I was perfectly happy like with everything that was going on.
Okay. All right. Well, that's decent then. Cool. Good game, boys. I'm gonna stop the recording and write this shit down.